Hello students, how are you? Hope you all are healthy and safe at your home. I am Shweta Jain representing Shiv Jyoti Educational Group Kota. Children, today we will study Science Chapter 11 Measurement Part 2. Children, I have already explained Chapter 11 Measurement in my previous video. So, today we are going to discuss bookwork and copy work along with a brief summary. So, all of you open your books, chapter number 11 Measurement, page number 89. So, students, now let us know what measurement is. When we go to buy cloth for getting our uniform stitched, then what the shopkeeper do? He used to measure the length of the cloth which he gives you. When we go to buy fruits and vegetables, then what fruit seller do? He used to weigh the fruits and vegetables which we need to purchase from him. So, we need to measure different things in our everyday life. So, for measuring different things, there is a unit which is called as measurement. There is a term which is called as measurement. So, children, measurement here is the process of finding out size or amount of something. Okay, by measuring the things, we can know the size or amount of the required things. There are various quantities which needs to be measured in everyday life. So, children, a fixed quantity which is used for measurement purpose as a standard is called as unit. So, what is unit over here? It is a fixed quantity used as a standard for measurement. We call it as unit, and there are different types of units for measuring different types of quantities. So, we will discuss the different types of quantities which needs to be measured in our day-to-day life and the units used to measure them. So, let us start with them. So, children, different quantities that need to be measured are length, then mass, then capacity, then time, and temperature. So, these are the main 5 quantities which are used generally in day-to-day life. Okay, so let us discuss each of these one by one. So, let us come with the quantity length. So, children, now if one needs to measure the length of an object, means how long or short the object is, then the unit or the measuring quantity which is used is called as length. Now, children, in earlier times, people used their body parts for measuring length, like you can see here this part. Now, here from the tip of the thumb to the tip of the little finger, this part is called as hand span. So, people used to measure hand span for measuring, used as a unit hand span for measuring smaller things which are of less length. Okay. And similarly, the part of their body from elbow to the tip of their middle finger, this was called as cubit, and this was also used for measuring different lengths. But children, what happened over here, because all the different persons have different sized body parts, so there was not that much accuracy. That's why fixed quantities were developed which were called as the standard quantities, which we call as units. So, here unit for measuring length is meter. So, meter is the standard unit for measuring length, and it is written as small m. Now, if we need to measure the things which are shorter in size, which are of less length, then the unit used is centimeter, and it is written as small c and small m, centimeter. Now, here 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeter. So, this way these two units can be interrelated. Now, children, for measuring length of the objects, the various equipments which are used are, they can be ruler, scale, meter rod, measuring tape, so here it is measuring tape. So these are some of the things. Now let's come to the next quantity, that is mass. So children, here to know how heavy or light the object is, people use mass as a measuring quantity, and here the standard unit for measuring mass is kilogram, and kilogram is written as kg. Now, if we need to measure the weight of the lighter objects, if we need to measure lighter objects, then we use another quantity which is called as gram, and it is written as a small g. Here 1 kilogram, that is 1 kg, is equals to 1000 gram. Okay, in this way we can interrelate both these. Now to measure the mass of a quantity, different equipments used are weighing balance. So children, there are different types of weighing balance, like some are physical weighing balance which you might have seen at the shop of a fruit seller, and there are some electronic weighing balance which you might have seen at grocery shops and at goldsmith shops. Okay, so these are some of the things which used to measure mass. Now we come to the third quantity, and it is capacity. So children, if one wants to know the amount of liquid a container can hold, then we use the quantity of measurement called capacity, and the standard unit of capacity is liter. Okay, liter is denoted by small l, and if we need to measure, so children, now let's move to the third quantity, that is capacity. Now if one wants to know how much quantity of a liquid a container can hold, then we use the measurement quantity called capacity. Now here the standard unit of measuring capacity is liter. Liter is denoted by small l. Okay. Now, if we want to measure the small quantities of liquid, then we use milliliter. What we use in such case? We use milliliter, and milliliter is written as a small m and small l. So children, here 1 liter is equals to 1000 milliliter. In this way we can interrelate both these quantities. Now for measuring capacity of a liquid, we use measuring cylinder. So what do we use here? We use measuring cylinder, and I have shown this measuring cylinder to you in my previous video lecture also. Okay, so this was about the capacity. So now let's come to the next quantity. So next quantity here is time. So children, time is used to know how long a work is done. Okay, the standard unit for measuring time here is seconds, and seconds are written as small s. Now there are some more quantities for measuring time. These are hour and minutes. Minutes. So here 1 hour is equals to 60 minutes, and 1 minute is equals to 60 seconds. So children, now to measure time, what we use? We use clock. So it is the equipment which is used to measure time. Now let's move to the last quantity, that is temperature. So children, here to measure how hot or cold the object is, we need the measurement quantity which is called as temperature. And here the standard unit for measuring temperature is degree Celsius. And this degree Celsius is written as like this. So, here this dot represents degree and for Celsius we write C, and another unit is degree Fahrenheit, and this degree Fahrenheit is written as degree F. Okay. And for measuring temperature, the equipment which is used is called as thermometer. So, thermometer is used to measure temperature. So, children, these were the 5 different quantities of measurement. I hope you all have understood these quantities. Now, let us move to your bookwork and copy work. So, children, come to your book, page number 91. Let us start with the activity. Let us recall. Write T for true and F for false statements. Boxes are given over here and accordingly you have to write T or F after reading the statement. So, let us start. First is length of an object tells how heavy or light the object is. So, children, this is an incorrect statement because length is the measurement of how long or small the object is. So, we will write F over here. Earlier people used their body parts to measure lengths of different objects. Now, this is a correct statement because people use hand span, cubit for measuring different objects. So, we will write T here. Meter is the standard unit for measuring mass. So, children, meter here is the standard unit for measuring length and not for mass. So, we will write F over here. Heavy objects are measured in kg. So, this is a correct statement because we measure heavy objects in kilograms and lighter in grams. So, we will write T over here. Then milk and petrol are measured in liters. So, children, here milk and petrol are in higher quantities. So, we measure them in liters. So, here we will write T. Now, let us come to page number 93. So, exercise A, tick the correct answer. Now, what you have to do here? You have to read the 4 options given over here and tick the correct one. Okay. So, let us start. The standard unit for measuring length is kilogram, gram, second or meter. So, correct answer here is meter. Kilogram is for mass, gram is also for mass, second is for time. So, we will put a tick mark on D option. A weighing balance is used to measure length, height, mass or time. So, again children, here a weighing balance, as I have told you, it is used to measure the mass of an object. So, we will put a tick mark on C option. Then 1000 milliliters make 1 meter, 1 kilogram, 1 second or 1 liter. So, milliliter here is the quantity which is used to measure capacity, and another unit which is used to measure capacity is liter. So, here 1000 milliliters equals to 1 liter. So, we will put a tick mark on D option. 1 hour has 60 minutes, 60 seconds, 3600 minutes or 50 minutes. So, here children, 1 hour has 60 minutes and 1 minute has 60 seconds. So, the correct answer here is 60 minutes. So, we will put a tick mark on A option. Then a ruler is used to measure mass, length, time, capacity. So, children, I have shown you that ruler is used to measure length. So, we will put a tick mark on B option, that is length. Now, let us move to the next activity which is given on the same page. Exercise number B. Fill in the blanks with the correct words. First is Now you can see here that some words are given for your help. So you can choose one among them which are given in the bracket here. First, a milkman measures the milk in capacity, length or mass. So here milk is a liquid and liquids are measured in capacity. So we will write capacity over here. Second, meter is written as small m, small t or kg. So children, meter is written as small m. So we will write small m over here. Now let us move to the next page. We will continue with the fill-ups over here. So third, a fruit seller uses a balance to measure the dash of fruits, length, mass or capacity. Now children, here fruits are the solid things and we measure the mass of the solid things. I have explained this to you in explanation video also. So we will write mass over here. A measuring cylinder is used to measure the amounts of solids, liquids or gases. So children, here measuring cylinder is used to measure the capacity and capacity we measure for liquids. So here we will write liquids. Now time is measured in meters, hours or grams. So here meters are used to measure length, grams are used to measure mass and time is measured in hours, minutes and seconds. So we will write here hours. Now let us move to the next exercise. See, name the following. What you have to do, 2 blanks are given over here and you have to name after reading the statement. Okay. So first is 2 things whose length is measured. So we can write here pencil and ribbon. Pencil is a smaller, so we measure in centimeters, ribbon is long, so we measure in meters. 2 things whose mass is measured. So we can write any 2 examples. We have written over here fruits and vegetables. 2 things whose capacity is measured. So we measure the capacity of liquids. So we have written over here water and milk. Now let us move to the next exercise. It is on page number 95. This is exercise from Let's Do, exercise number B. So children, here match the following, one has been done for you. Now you can see some measuring quantities are given over here and some units are given on both the sides. So let us match them. Hours is used to measure time. Milliliter is the measuring unit for capacity. Gram is the measuring unit for mass. Centimeter is measuring unit for length. Kilogram is measuring unit for mass. Minutes is used to measure time, meter is used to measure length and liter is used to measure capacity. So in this way you have to match them using a scale and a sharp pencil. Okay children? So students, this was all about your book work. Now we will do the copy work. So children, we have already done define in our copy work. So below the define we have to continue this work in your copies. Okay. So below define you have to put the heading answer the following. Then we will start doing this copy work. So let us start with question number 1. Write names of the units used for measuring mass. And answer here is heavy objects are measured in kilograms, in bracket you have to write kg. Light objects are measured in grams and in bracket you have to write g. Now let us move to question number 2. Question number 2 here is, what is the standard unit of length, capacity and time? So answer to this question is, the standard units are, first is length, meter, small m, second is capacity, liter, small l, third is time, seconds, small s. Now let us move to question number 3. So question number 3 here is, how was the length measured in earlier days? So answer is, people used their body parts to measure lengths of different objects in earlier days. Now let us move to question number 4. question number 4 is draw the diagram of a digital thermometer. So children, this diagram is given in your books, and you can draw this diagram from your book. Draw the diagram using a scale and write the name of the diagram below the diagram, as I have written over here, digital thermometer. Okay. Now let me show you how to draw this diagram. So let's draw the diagram of digital thermometer. Mention the temperature over here. So this way you have to draw this diagram, and then you have to name this diagram below it. So we write here digital thermometer. So children, this was all about your chapter measurement. I hope you all have understood the chapter and you all have understood how to do your book work and copy work. So complete your book work and copy work. Till then, we will meet again in our next video lecture. Have a nice day. Thank you.